must have, and they must have it so they can actually, they must have it so they can play at the table that they want to, whether it be a 10 ppm table, a 20 ppm table, and it's all going to be done in ppm. They'll go in with it. They'll come to the app with Bitcoin, Tron, whatever they may, because they might not give access to ppm anywhere right now. It's not even listed. Which brings me to the pre-sale. If the pre-sale is not sold out over the next couple nights, that's where they'll have to go get it. If it is sold out, there'll be about a 2-day delay, and then we will be listed on Pancake, and then we'll have a listed token. So we'll have started on the 29 October, and in less than 2 months, go to a listing, have a real case use for it. Not only a case use, a big case use. Because it's my belief, I'm more excited about Panda Play with the Panda 11, with that one item right there. I've been walking around telling everybody, I believe that that will generate more revenue because it has the ability to skillfully onboard millions and millions of what you would call subscribers. And it has the ability to do it very quickly. What you might say, well, why is that? It's because of this. In India, one of the largest sports fantasies that are in all of India, and it's very popular there, has 80 million subscribers. We almost have the same tech team, same development team, and the same marketing team that helped with that. And they've worked with other ones in the industry also, but that would be, one of their more famous ones. So think about that. They're the people helping us do it, putting everything together. This is their livelihood. This is their expertise. And so far, they've delivered everything just absolutely beautiful. When's the last time you heard somebody say, "Okay, we'll be launching before New Year's," and they tell you that 4 or 5 weeks before New Year's, and we made it happen on Christmas Day. So it'll be a Christmas that everybody will always be able to remember, because I believe that those people will go over to Pancake and purchase ppm faster than people on the farm and in the app can put them in Pancake. And if that happens right away, the token price of the ppm is going to go way up in value, way up in value. And then that will also give us time to start adding other things onto the PunkPanda app. So very exciting about the Panda Play. Now, over the last 10 minutes, it's pretty amazing. I had 2 phone calls. And one phone call, the person was so excited because yesterday, the price of the token had started off at about 62 cents in the morning. And by today, it's like 70. I think it's 73 right now. I haven't seen it for a couple hours. It was 72 the last time I looked. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going, yesterday, when I looked at my tokens in my app, and this is a person that has never really made it big in any company. He's always been good, and he's always been very dedicated and works very hard, and just never had that right break. And for him, what he sees is that this is a 15-year project. He's so tired of going out there, building a project, have it fall apart, build another one, have it fall apart, build another one. And where we know 15 years from now, people will still be using messaging apps. They'll be using some sort of device to communicate and to file transfer and to do video calls and voice calls. Well, they're going to be using one anyway. Why not ours? And if they are, the rewards on this will still be going for 15 years. And just so you know, we've never ever explained it to anybody. There's an additional 15 years that are added on after that, based on if this happens, then it just continues on for another 15 years. So that's actually really wonderful too. Now, what his point was this. He goes, I have exactly 20,000 ppm tokens that I've made just off the Panda Pals. And he goes, Albert, he goes, forget about the farm. He goes, I put some money over in the farm with the pre-sale, but just my Panda Pals. And that's why I earned these tokens, my Panda Pals, and me staking them. The 20 yesterday were worth $12,000. Today, in one day, they're worth $14,000. He goes, I just got a $2,000 pay raise, and before I can even take them off and actually spend them. And he goes, and now I know it's going to end at $1. So that's another reminder to everybody here too. Is he got off the phone and said, I'm going to go buy right now because they'll never be probably less than $1 again. Just so you know, the sale started off with 10 million tokens back on October 29th. Okay, started off with 10 million. As of today, there's only about 700,000. It might be just a little bit left. That's it. That's all that's left. Look at this. We started with 10. Now the token is 50 cents. That's all that's left. This is under the 1 million for the 10 million. It's going to all be gone in the next day or two. So it's like your third or fourth last chance to be able to get them. And I feel with the Panda Play and them only being able to get tokens from there, it's done. It's over. And then we'll be closing that down. And then within a couple of days, maybe it'll take as long as 3 days, put the liquidity pool in Pancake, and then we'll be able to start be on that exchange. And immediately after that, we'll start processing to get on an exchange that's not decentralized. It'll be actually centralized. Now, for those of you that might be new, I am going to run through a presentation, but I want to go here and look and see who some of our speakers could be for tonight. And why don't I go ahead and just bring Mr. Raju, Dr. Raju on, because he's always very, very busy. He's got some, I saw some great things that they sent me today going on with ITC. And I think we'll be talking a lot more here in the next couple of weeks about ITC Global and the things that they're coming out with and going to be taken to the market and get an update on the DARTS blockchain and where we stand with that. So Dr. Raju, if you could come on and please share with everybody any great news you have.
Yes. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Albert. And happy Merry Christmas
Welcome
to each and everyone. It's a delay. And I think 2021 is the last week or last Sunday. This is the last Sunday for this year. So every week we are having a very good programs every Sunday with Mr. Albert. And 2021 has given a very good platform to each and everyone. And thank you, special thanks to Mr. Albert. Thanks a lot. And today itself, I came to know that in ITC Global, we are having the educational packages. So education package has been released. So we all are very happy to say that in ITC Global, now educational packages, everyone can use the packages of educational packages. This is a very good news to each and everyone. And really, PunkPanda has changed everyone. Everyone are using PunkPanda app, and every day, every hour, every time we are earning ppm tokens. It's a very great thing. It's a very great thing. So and right now I'm getting more messages, more than WhatsApp or WeChat, more messages in PunkPanda. It's a very great thing. And it is going to change the world, no doubt in that. We have a different systems, different programs. And darts in January, DARTS is going to launch. So 2022 is going to be very more brighter than 2021. And 2021 has created as a strong platform for us. It has created a very strong platform to earn very good money in 2022. So 2022 is in our all of our hands. And as we all are the founders of ITC Global, and the things which we are coming, it's a very great thing. It's a really great movement is going on. And thank you very much, Albert. And sorry to hear that the situation in Philippines and some other countries, it is a very worst. So we all should put in prayers. That is very important. So everyone should be happy and safe. And thank you very much, Albert. Sister Detin, hi Detin, thank you. Yeah. So TW DOS and everyone, thank you very much. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Albert.
You're very welcome, sir. Yeah, I saw the back office for the ebooks and the new design of it and everything just looks absolutely wonderful. So next week by next week, we'll start introducing the things that's going to happen at ITC Global over the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think we're very well prepared for that. Now, I also had another phone call within the last 10 minutes, and it was a person that I'm not sure if they've seen the corporate updates. If you really keep up with this, you know that every Tuesday or Wednesday, we've been putting out a corporate update, coming out and saying, look, we just come under the realization of what some of the things that were going on with the app, and having a third party come look at them. They told us news. We didn't like a lot of the news, but there was nothing to do. We had to make great decisions based on that news. And then, so we are doing things right now to take the existing app that we have we're making all the improvements because if you don't know this, the handover from old tech team to new tech team just happened a few days ago. So they've only had it in their hands for a few days. They've made great improvements, things that you can't really see, but you probably are starting to notice. OTPs go out faster and stuff. Did that even really matter? Because we're going to switch over to email OTP. And so if you have an Android, you can go inside the Android. You can go to settings, go to the wallet, go to settings, put the email on file there that you want. Most of you migrated from ITC Global, so you have the email, because we're going to switch over as the email being the unique identifier. That way there will be no problem for anybody in the world to receive the OTP while they're doing registration. Going to mobile is not that great of an idea because there's always a country that's going to have a problem. So that solves one big problem. Two, taking the invite link, making it a link, that will probably be done by in about 8 days from now. So these things had to be done before the other version would be available and tied together. So because we wanted to make these changes anyway. But this gentleman started saying, we need the app to be the people's preferred app. And I'm thinking, where have you been? That's what we've been saying on the corporate calls. The most important thing for us is this, is that a person downloads the app. They see that token go in there and they go, wow, this is real. There's real PPM coming in here. It's really listed on Pancake, and it's really, $1.35 or what it is. So they just saw that it was real. Now they start playing around for a little bit and they say, this thing looks, feels like, acts like WhatsApp with 3 or 4 extra features. Plus it's got a different kind of encryption, which is safer, better. Plus this company doesn't take my data and sell it to other companies. That's their business model. Our business model is not that, okay? Our business model is the freemium, have people upgrade, maybe 2%, 3%, 4% of them will upgrade to a better file transfer system, to a better Zoom, to get more people in the Zoom when we release Panda Meet, Panda Vault, and then the countless numbers of Panda Play games that will be released over the upcoming years. Well, all those things either require subscription or to upgrade in the gaming systems. So more case use models being developed all the time, where this token has just grown, its own ecosystem. We're looking into other things that I don't want to get false rumors started like that, but they're not. We're seriously looking into different kinds of cards where the PPM would be accepted, and it would be more in the form of a gift card than an actual debit card. But once again, that's got use. If you can buy an iTunes card with PPM, it's got use, and that's the whole thing: create use, create use, create use. So very, very excited about all of these developments, all these things. Then I even get more excited because squeezed right in before I just got on the call, that gentleman said it needs to look and feel like it needs to be a person's preferred app. They download, 30 minutes later, they see the token, they say, okay, this is real, okay. They notice that when they talk and write on it after a week or two, they're not getting advertised to. Nobody's been spying, looking, or doing anything so they can advertise back to them, okay? So they see that that's not going on anymore. And then this is the big thing. It works, feels like they know exactly what to do. No training. Hey, here, this is how I load a photo. I hit that little button right there, brings up my photo, boom, boom, boom. I select 4 of them. Oh yeah, that looks just like how WhatsApp does it. Oh yeah, that's just exactly how Facebook Messenger does it. So just being very familiar with it and having act and behave like something they're familiar with. And now they say, you know what, this is going to be my #1 preferred app. Okay. I'll use WhatsApp only when I have to because somebody's refused to get on here, and I'll use Messenger only when I have to. That's what we're striving for. So when you're striving for that and you're waiting, you can't wait long enough for February to come. It's great when you get a call and say, we're going to be able to do just a little bit better than the end of February. So right now you can count on us, and this is being told to me by Lead Tech. You can count on us probably by at the end of the first week of February, 10 February. He goes, I'll put my date now at 10 February. He goes, we're ahead of schedule. There's some things here that we thought would be a little bit harder than what it actually was. And the things that we added on were much easier than what we expected them to be. And when this gentleman says this, you have to say, this guy really knows what he's talking about because he has a multi-year, multi-contract with Google starting here in a few months. This was a perfect thing for him to do before he goes and takes that on. 20-man team. So we're actually looking at right now, go through a few more days of holidays. We're actually looking at just about 40 days, and we are going to have what I would call Eureka, that perfect working app with this business model. You know, that's what we wanted when we released this, you know, back on 29 October. And we found out after the release, everything wasn't quite the way that we thought it was. As we've explained many times during the corporate updates, we just have to say, look, we'll take it on our shoulder. We will go, we will get this fixed, and that's exactly what we've been doing. But guess what? Because of the business model, nobody's invested any money into those PPM tokens that keep coming into your phone. And some of the people, and it is getting in just a little bit easier now because it's performing just a little bit better. Okay. And especially after the 8 days go by, the email, there won't be the hassles with the verifications or the registrations. Registrations will be easy. Will the people be extremely happy when they download this version and work with it? No. But also they need to be told this is beta. There's going to be some problems, but we're looking at the alpha, or whatever you want to call it, the 2.0 version to come out in February. That's just a few days away before the world catches on to this, because that token is already listed. So the world's going to start catching on quickly. So get as many Panda Pals as you can, because they're going to start going somewhere, and they might as well be with you. And if you don't act on this now, they'll be with others. So some people, they have never slowed down one single second. They call once a day and they say, it's rough, but it's worth it. Okay. And now they're looking down in their wallets and they're seeing, you know, 20, 30, 40,000. No, nobody has 40,000 yet, but 20 and 30,000 PPM tokens sitting there. And they're looking at our back office at a 72-cent price, knowing that we're just a matter of days away from being listed on Pancake at $1. Now the only question they're asking is, what are the withdrawal limits going to be? Are they going to be daily limits, weekly limits, and stuff like that? And we will get to that eventually, right before the listing stuff. So the one thing we can't have is we can't have people that went to the farm, purchased thousands and thousands of dollars of tokens, and they're on a withdrawal system. You know, everybody knows what it is because most of you have been in both of them. Well, we can't have the people that pay being undercut by all the people that got everything for absolutely free. But there's always this fine balance where it'll make it fair to everybody. And once again, most people participated on both sides anyway, so it should not make that much of a difference. So let's bring another. With that saying, is that I think that's some really good news for. We've delivered the one product on Christmas Day, so that's when the launch was. We'll always remember it. I think it'll be our #1 source of revenue, and it's the Panda Play. Everybody that's looked at that from an outside perspective is going, that could be your one very, very exciting, very easy, very attractive product, because people around the world love to play sports fantasy. They've created their own team. Now they feel like they're the boss of that team, and these are professional athletes, and they feel like they're actually a team owner. And the in-house fighting that starts between brothers and sisters and moms and dads, it actually gets very funny. So anyway, if Dad Ting Zam, if you're there, if you'd like to come on and just tell everybody what's going on in Malaysia and how you guys are dealing with it, we would love to hear some words from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Albert. Good evening, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon. Okay, we are having a very bad situation in Malaysia right now. As you know, that we are all gone. Yeah, all the cars there are all gone, and houses are all vanished. It's just like tsunami. I should say that it's just like tsunami. I've never seen this kind of things before. Yeah, it's so sad. It's only about 10 minutes away from my house. I'm lucky because I'm on the top of the hill. You see, but all down there they lost everything, and so many of our people, ITC and PunkPanda. Oh my God, I cannot see that. You see, it's so sad. It's so sad. You see. When they showed me the remnants of what they have, it's nothing. It's just nothing left.
Yes.
So, I have to slow down a little bit on this for a while to help them. Yes, see what we can do to help our people, the ITC and the PunkPanda people. Yeah. So that's all I can tell you about Malaysia. It's terrible now. It's just terrible.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Dad Ting Zam. And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the presentation. We have about 160 people on here. So there might be some new people. And I kind of just want to guide you through and doing it like in 5 to 10 minutes. And this is one of those things that maybe you don't even need a presentation really. It's not that important because there's a simple way to approach somebody. And I feel that you can just talk to them for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, a couple questions, and it piques curiosity. I mean, how many times have you overheard somebody talking? You don't even really know them. You just hear them talking about where they're suggesting, hey, this is a really good app. You should download it. They're telling their friend and you take it and download it. So it happens all the time. So we're not asking somebody to do something really big here. And that's the really important aspect of this, okay? So with PunkPanda, you know, it just, you could either use like this right here. You know, have you ever thought about if you had a messaging app like WhatsApp, Telegram, and you got paid every single day for using it and sharing it? And imagine if the daily rewards that came into you every day, if those actually represented ownership in the success of the company. And WhatsApp sold to Facebook for 19 billion. Right now, we are almost right around 200,000 downloads. And I'm going to go over here and put my camera up. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. In 60 days, we're very close. It'll happen sometime in the next week or so. 200,000 downloads. Let's all clap. That's remarkable. Okay, so the messaging is actually hitting home. And think about that. The messaging is hitting home with the people, telling the people this is beta, doesn't perform the way that most people would think that it's going to perform. It's a little bit worse than what it should be in beta. Okay, just being honest. Dropbox valued at 10 billion. Zoom video conferencing is valued at 98 billion. When WhatsApp sold to Facebook for 19 billion, do you think they gave the people that were using it and sharing it, and especially those that started with it first, those first 200,000 people? I read an article once that they were talking about that if WhatsApp had done any kind of revenue sharing with all the customers and stuff, those first 500,000 people, many of them would have got somewhere between $200,000 all the way up to about $500,000 for being the enthusiastic few that got started with it. Like in the position you're in now, or even better. And that's exactly what we're doing. You'll never get paid by them, but with us, that's what actually happens every 30 minutes. We're not going to take your information and sell it to a third party as a source of revenue. First messaging app that pays you to use it and store it, totally free, military grade encryption. And then some people asked about us exposing and showing the military or encryption that's on there now, the encryption that's actually on there now. And we said, you know what? We're releasing the version 2. Let's just wait till we get to the version 2 because there's some things that are going to be almost the same, but then there's some changes that are being made. So let's just use what's going to be the new one. And then that's all we have to use from that point on. The more you use it and share it, the more company tokens you'll get. And it's basically real simple. There's a smart contract that will be running for the next 15 years. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can shut it off. When you use the app, by simply downloading it will trigger something. You'll get a little bit of a token in there. And the more you use it, the more tokens you'll receive every 30 minutes. Well, when you start to share the app with others, that's called Panda Pals, you'll start getting more tokens because now you actually have pals. And those pals can go 12 levels deep. When you hold the tokens, anytime a token is given to you inside your app, it is automatically staked. So it's just considered a stake token the second you get it. Well, when you have stake tokens in there, the smart contract finds that and it actually delivers you your respective share. There's 275 million tokens. We started at 10 cents. We're at about 72 cents right now. And at $1, go to Pancake. We do like Bitcoin where we have a regular halving schedule at year 2, 4, and 8. And so altogether, that's 15 years. On the first year, and right now we've already completed 2 months of that first year. In 10 months from now, we will not be minting 2,100 every 30 minutes. We'll be minting 1,050, and that'll go on for 2 years. At the end of that 2 years, that 1050 will drop to 525. So we're always going to have a low supply, but things like sports fantasy will give us a high demand. And that's what you want. If you want to have a token that constantly just keeps rising, rising, rising. There's our total supply. Pre-mined is 65 million, and we're mining 210 million over the next 15 years. So you can see the vast majority of all these tokens, nobody can have access to them because they have to be made on the smart contract over the upcoming 15 years. There's the schedule, 2,100, as I discussed earlier, for the first year. It gets divided up into 4 different categories. 50% goes to everybody that's out there saying, hey, you know what? Is everybody using PunkPanda in this area like they are in my area? I mean, this is the hottest thing going on in my area right now. No. What is it? It's a messaging app. It's got military encryption. And that's not really the reason why people are downloading it at a crazy rate right now. They're downloading it because it actually pays them this token called PunkPanda Messenger. And that token, it's listed on Pancake, and it's like $1.35. And people that introduce other people, well, they get these tokens put into their wallets every 30 minutes. Here, like mine. See, I just got 7 30 minutes ago, and then I got 6.5 right 30 minutes before that. And just those 2 allotments that came to me, times $2 is like $26 just for me. I've introduced about 10, 12 people. They paid no money, and that's why people love it. They're not asking anybody for money. They're giving them much more value, of course, than what they're asking for. So everybody loves it. If you ever want to download it, here's an invite code. Use mine. And if you don't want to download it, then that's fine. It was nice meeting you. Move on. Here we go. This is what we really are. Because if you look at us in perspective, when we're talking about the app, we are a big data. And when you look at the comparisons of what Zoom, Viper, Dropbox, WhatsApp did at this stage, which really gets me excited, at this 2-month stage, we are ahead of where every one of them was. Their product might have worked better. It might not have. I have no idea. Okay. But as far as the numbers and the type of leaders that are involved in this from around the world, that's the thing that's amazed me is when you hear story after story of the person that has just joined and what they're thinking of this and how they're looking at it and saying, this could be the next big thing. This could be that one crypto project that just goes absolutely insane because many of them have never seen this. How does a crypto project usually work? A white paper is written about a concept and an idea, then there's a capital raise, and then they go make the product, and all the tokens sit in the back office somewhere for that 1 year, 1 year and a half, and you got to keep rallying the troops around something that never really happens. Well, here, the product was already there, and other products are almost there. And not even knowing anything about sports fantasy, then that product was developed after we even started. It wasn't even a thought when we started. So these 4 companies, what did they all have in common? In 4 years, they were valued at 18 billion or more. They all started off with a freemium model, and then some of their customers, like 2% to 10% to 12%, depending on how exciting the offer was and stuff, would actually pay a subscription. It's not everybody, it's just a few. And that's what we're expecting with us. What else did they have in common? They all had 1 million registrations within 1 year. We're 200,000. And in about 40 days, we release an app that everybody actually wants because it actually works. Of course, who wouldn't want that? It works nice, effectively. The military encryption, the 30 minutes, tokens being delivered. Were customers ever given shares for using or sharing? No. And with us, the token that you're holding actually represents a share of the company. And so all of these things are going on. The messaging app, Panda Post, Panda Meet, you've seen them. They'll be coming. The next thing that will be coming is Panda Post. The only thing that could pass up Panda Post is maybe the Pass the Panda game that we've talked about before. So there's all the products. And I'm just going to roll this right to the last 2 pages and close it out there. I do want to just say one thing. Panda Profit, once the farm is established and it'll always be there, that's because if somebody goes to Pancake and they buy 10,000 tokens and they're sitting in what's called an external wallet, we can never pay them rewards First of all, it's a security issue to do that. So we can't pay them rewards. But if they take those tokens from their trust wallet and they go stake them inside the app that or the digital wallet that's inside the farm, well, now they're entitled to receive rewards every 30 minutes, just like the people that have the tokens inside the app. Once you move the tokens outside the app, they can never come back in. So they go out. But if you want to take them over to the farm, you put them in staking there. Every 30 minutes, they would receive tokens as being a stake token. So you can earn exciting profits and interest. That's one thing. So it'll take us about 30 days to convert that pre-sale into a true DeFi farm. And that's what will be taking place. Panda Play, Past the Panda will be the next. But right this second, we have Panda 11, which is the sports fantasy app. And that app on Android should be available by Monday or Tuesday. I'm not going to go into that. Okay, I'm going to run right to the back here. Because if everything I said here tonight, this should start ringing true with you. If somebody ever asks, how can we increase the price of the token or at least hold its value and slightly increase? We designed that from the very beginning by designing the minting and the halving life, okay? Low supply, high demand. The market can never be oversaturated. The only time the market's going to have a little bit of oversaturation is in the beginning, that first week or two of Pancake. There'll be quite a few tokens to absorb because people have been earning them for a couple months and stuff like that. But if you look at sports fantasy and all the other things that are implemented to help that, I think we're not going to have a problem at all. Many Phil, I've had people tell me so many times, it's the first time anybody said, hey, this is a 5-year or 10-year or 15-year plan. Then when I looked at it, I said, yes, I can agree. You can almost look at it and say, without beyond a shadow of a doubt, this company will be around 5 years, 10 years from now. 48-hour rule was implemented to highly incentivize people for holding the tokens, especially those first few months. And so if you withdraw, this is what happens. If you have need a little bit of money. If you unstake that wallet to pull those 300 out for 48 hours, no rewards will be delivered to that wallet. Okay. And I see TW raised his hand, so I'll come right to him in 1 second. The DeFi and staking, as I talked about, will be there. Takes tokens off the market, company buyback, no matter whether it's the Panda 11, no matter whether it's past the Panda. Every single source of revenue that comes in, 3%. We'll go over to Pancake. It'll buy tokens, put them in a wallet, and we'll keep informing you what we're doing with that wallet, how many are in there. It could be a supply back, but every 3 months, no matter whatever's in that wallet, we will burn 10% of those tokens. Okay, so that will lower the overall supply that's in the market. We have token lock withdrawal limits. Anybody that bought it to pre-sale, on day 31, maximum 2%, 3%. The founders, it's 4 times even less than that. And if there's
Hello, everybody.
Well, I
Can you
think,
hear me?
Yeah, Dawson, we are able to hear you. We could go on. I
Okay,
think
all right.
Albert has lost line.
Yes, I think so too. Well, what I'll do is I'm sure he'll be back online. So what I'll do is just go ahead and give you guys something. I'm excited about this Panda Play that's coming out. So just wanted to let you guys know that this is an opportunity for all of us to take a part of something that's really, really big. Each year, as a young man, I end my year with some type of resolution. And I'm not the resolution type, but it's just a tradition that goes back as far as I can remember, that I will always take time the week before my year ends, and I always plan out what I want my year to look like. And every year I have this grandiose idea of wealth. Every single year, I'm talking about since I was 18 years old, every year I would have this grand idea of wealth. And I'll look at all the things that I learned over the year that just passed, and I'll take these lessons into the next year and see what I can put together and how I can attain what my goals are. It's very important that every year that we look at our lives and see what we want to accomplish in the next year. And as Dr. Rogers said, that we have so many different things right now that we can use to put all of our talents together. Each person on this line right now has an individual talent. They're good at something. They've learned something. They've lost something. They've got wiser. They got a little bit older. They got a couple more gray hairs. They got something in their bag, their tool bag, that they can use and put together to get one step closer to what they really want in life. This is the year that if you haven't done it already, take the time and evaluate what you've learned. Evaluate, assess all your skill sets. Assess all the things that you've learned. Assess all the things you have your hands on, whether it be Panda Play, PunkPanda, ITC Global, Darts Blockchain. Look, take all these things and say, what can I do to change the trajectory of my life? What can I do to take this to the next level? I'm not talking about just say it. I'm talking about sit down in a quiet space and meditate. I'm talking about sit down and with a notebook and a pad and a pen and say, look, what can I do to change the trajectory of my life? What can I do to take this to the next level? That question has to be asked in order for an answer to come. Now, if PunkPanda, ITC Global Darts Blockchain is the answer to it, then the next question is, what are you going to do with it? See, I can have the ball in my hand and I not shoot it. I can have the ball in my hand and I can lose it. I can have the ball in my hand and just do nothing with it. Ladies, gents, we have the ball in our hand right now. We have everything we need. Look, it's not a coincidence that you went through hard times all these years past. It's not coincidence that some people are going through hard times now. These are all obstacles. And some people will falter. Some people will fail. Some people will give up. But there's others that won't. They'll look at it as just what it is, an obstacle. And an obstacle is meant to go over, go through, to go under, to go around, to do whatever you have to do to get over, because it's there for a reason. And the only thing it's going to do is make us stronger. It's going to make us wiser. It's going to make us more knowledgeable of what we're trying to get accomplished. So what I want to say to you this morning, this evening, to everybody, is that remember, we have something in our hands. We just have to be the right person. We have to be the type of person to be able to do the things that we can have what we want. I'll say it again. We have to be that person that we can do the certain things that are required to have the things that we want. We have to be so that we can do so we can have. All right. And so what we have to be is the person that can take all the skill sets that we've learned, all the things that we've acquired over the years, and put them in a bag and walk out into this world and say, I got a tool bag that no matter what comes in front of me, I'm prepared for. I'm ready for whatever. If the ball comes into my hand, I'm prepared to shoot. If I have to pass it, I'll pass it. But I'm prepared because I've taken the time to assess what I have. Assess what you have, ladies and gentlemen. And let's take the ball and let's shoot it, all right? Thank you, guys. Well, I'm not sure if Albert's coming back or not. I don't know if there's anybody else up here that wants to speak or something like that, or if not, I can take the presentation and finish it off. Azim, what do you think?
You can take the presentation and finish it off. So.
All right, so let me just see.
Yes, yeah, you can take, yeah.
All right, let me see. Let me share screen.
Yes.
Just gonna share the screen. And let's see, okay, that's the roadmap. Not sure where he was at with this, but let's see. All right, let's see. I'll just pick any spot. We're talking about Panda profits. Let's talk about Panda places. We're already on that right there. Like my ball, guys, found this in my daughter's room this morning. I thought this would be a good prop. But listen, so as he said already, we have our app. It's coming out in a couple of days. The Panda 11. This is going to be huge because what it's going to do is take our token from just the token that's being used amongst our community, the ITC Global community, the PunkPanda community, and take it to a whole nother community where there'll be millions of other people using our token for their own purposes, which will help aid us in our evaluation of how our token will be valued once it hits the market. That's going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen. And those tokens that you're getting to your wallet right now, you probably got 400, 200, 500, 1,000. They're going to be worth so much more money in the next 6 months. So keep doing what you're doing. Build your team, because Panda Play is here, and it's gonna be huge, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We know this already, the WhatsApp acquisition. But this right here, I want to talk about this. I love, excuse me, I'm coming off a little cold over the last couple of days, so forgive me for the cough. But this right here is very interesting. Case study, earned token crypto strategy. Fi is a company that says, hey, download our app, check in every day and mine our coins, and we're gonna give you these tokens for free, right? In 2 years, they got over 25 million people to do this, right? They have no listing date, no product, no nothing, nothing. Only thing they've done is promised you a token that's worth nothing, with the idea that it might be worth something one day. And the only thing they're doing for you is giving you something that's worth nothing. But nothing's for free. They're giving you free tokens, but they're taking your data and they're selling your data. Ladies and gentlemen, this company right here is like any other company that's out here right now. They're using us as the product. At some point, like I say all the time, we have to get tired of being used as the product. We're no longer the product, ladies and gentlemen. We have enough information now to know what's really going on, and we shouldn't allow this to happen. Dropbox, the freemium model, this is what Albert was just talking about. We are not looking for 100% of people use all of our products or get upgrades, maybe 2%, and that's it. And that's all we need for our ecosystem to continue to thrive within our company. The roadmap, as he said already, most of these things are already on pace. All right, we might be a little ahead of a couple things. We might jump over a few things because right now Panda Play is moved forward past Panda Meet. And that's for good reasons, obviously, because of the scope of the project. But other than that, we're on pace to knock down all these things. So this year is going to be an amazing year. It's going to be a year that, you know, I just hope that everybody takes this last Sunday of the year and really take some time to evaluate what they've come into over the last year. Some of you guys have know nothing about crypto. Some of you guys are just getting into it. I say it all the time. The most important thing for us to do is become knowledgeable of what it is we're talking about, so we'll be able to articulate it to other people in such a way that they can understand it. We want to be the conveyor of new information to our people. Our people need to know more about this industry, and with PunkPanda, ITC Global, and Darts Blockchain, we have 3 vehicles that we can show people how to move in this industry. I believe, again, this will be the biggest industry the world has ever seen. It's just a matter of time. I always go back to this. When I was about 19 years old, I was involved in a company, and there was a billionaire that talked in the middle of the night, like 4 o'clock in the hotel lobby. And he told about all this technology and all these things was gonna happen. He actually said the future is gonna be on the internet and stores are gonna be shopping online. This is 20 years ago. And I'm like, you know, we're still doing catalogs. We're still opening up catalogs, buying through catalogs. And this man is talking about buying on the internet. And then when it happened, all I can remember is like, wow, this man saw the future. And from that point on, I always remembered that the best way to predict the future is to actually be a part of it. The best way to predict what's going to happen in the future is to make things happen in the future. And that's what he did. He took a company and he went online in 1999 before anybody ever thought about it, before Amazon was there, before Google was there, before Facebook. He took his company and put it online, remodeled it, renamed it, and put it in position. At that time, it hadn't been done yet. He saw the future. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the future in our hands right now. We have, number one, we have a gaming company crypto gaming company, ITC Global. We have the world's fastest blockchain, DARTs. We have the first military encrypted communication app that pays you crypto to use it, PunkPanda. And we have the world's first fantasy, this is amazing, the world's first fantasy gaming company that pays you in crypto. We have the future in our hands. Who can compete? No one out there can compete. Maybe somebody can compete with one of those, but they can't compete with all of them. And we are the ones that in this origin, in its beginning stages, we have access to all of them. And the only thing we have to do is get knowledgeable about each one of them and be able to walk and talk confidently and express this to our peers, our families, our friends, and our associates. And we will be the beneficiaries of this big boom in this new industry, the crypto industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the time. I hope that I was able to come through and finish up for Albert in the best way that I possibly can. My voice is, I'm losing it a little bit. And as of that, I guess that's it. And I mean, Isaiah, I don't know if you want to take it over from here or if there's anybody else that wants to speak.
Yeah, thank you, Dawson. Thank you so much for coming in and completing the presentation, and thanks a lot for your great motivation. Okay, so there's just a couple of things that we would really want to share with all of you. The first one is for good news for all the ITC Global members. You know, the ITC Global right now, if you can go onto the back office, you can see, as promised, there is this education packages that's delivered from 1-star to 7-star. Okay, education, the most important thing, because in today's world, it's all about crypto. It's all about leadership. It's all about entrepreneurship. So most of our books speak a lot about online business, how to be independent, and the leadership skills. Anyways, it would be good if you can go to your back office, download this education packages. Okay. What Albert wanted to play, I have this video here. So if I can have my host play this video for us. Just give me a second, I'll get my video. Thank you so much, host. So that was Merry Christmas from all this Panda, PunkPanda. And there's this new app, the crypto fantasy app called the Panda11.io. It's not something to do with your levels. Everyone here, you know, you need to go there and register. It's a great opportunity to win a lot of crypto. So one, the ITC Global Education packages are done. Number two, PunkPanda, the world's first crypto fantasy app. Now, if you go on to Google and search for crypto fantasy apps, you will find Panda 11 there. It's just been launched yesterday. Okay. And next month, that is the first week of January, we would be having our rockstar performer, the DATS blockchain that would be launched shortly. So 21 and 22 is going to be a great opportunities for the people who want to make money. This is not for everybody. Remember, not everybody will be successful. It's only few that will be successful, and the people who grab the right opportunity at the right time. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all for tonight. So I know there's a lot of a holiday season going across the globe, and we pray for people in Malaysia and Philippines. Okay. And we will do the best of what we can from ITC Global, like our Datin Zam said, from ITC Global and PunkPanda. we'll definitely try to help our PunkPanda and ITC Global family members. Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for today. Yeah. Have a great weekend.